What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Excited to be with y'all today. We're back out here along the banks of this river dam, and I'm hoping to catch some fish. We've got really great weather conditions today. It's nice and warm. It's been warm the last couple of days. The water's a good level. It's actually got some clarity to it, and it's just a perfect recipe to catch a bunch of different fish species. And you know that that's what we love to do. We love to multi-species fish, and there's a chance we can catch upwards of 10 or 12 different species a day if we're lucky. But this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to start off today talking about the rig. This is, I feel, very crucial to our success down here is to throw this rig, and you've seen us throw it a ton. It's just your simple, standard double jig rig. I've recently been rocking a curly tail grub on the bottom and a crappie magnet on top. They seem to really love a curly tail grub in these river discharges and dams and spillways. It's just, I don't know, I think there's just something about that curly tail that stands out in the river, and it gets their attention and they grab it. So throwing it a lot in this kind of chartreuse and pearl color. I've also been throwing a straight pearl, and kind of the same thing with the crappie magnet. We're throwing like just some shad colors, a little bit of chartreuse, just kind of mixing it up. You never know really what color they like, but that's kind of where I've been starting at. I've also been throwing it pretty much exclusively on this rod. This is the 6'6" ACC Crappie Stix, one-piece medium. I love this rod. It is just fantastic. If you're hooking something really big and crazy, you know, like a big old buffalo or a giant striped big catfish, it might not be the rod below the dam, but recently we have been just catching, you know, white bass, some smaller striper and crappie, and it's perfect for that. I've been running a 1,000 size reel, spooled it with some 5-pound braid, and I've been using 8 to 10 pound leader, just depending on how high the water is and how jagged the rocks are on that day. But with that, we're gonna gather our gear. We still have a lot of it loaded up in the truck. We're gonna go down there and start fishing. There's already a few people down there fishing, so hopefully we can find a good spot and start catching some. I'm feeling really optimistic about this, so if y'all are excited for today's adventure, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more, and let's see if we can put some fish in a bucket down here below this dam today. Let's go. Oh shoot, got one. Fish on. Fish on. What's it going to be? I think it's a drum. Fighting like a drum. It's a drum. It's a drum. First fish is a drum. Actually, not my first fish. Oh gosh, what did he do? He like snag himself up? It's actually my second fish. First fish is off camera and it was a crappie. I'll show you that right there. I'll show you the crappie here in a second too, but oh gosh. Oh my gosh, it's about to be dead. We got him. It's a tubby one. Look at the thickness on that little guy. Got a little white grub. First fish on camera today is a drum. It's a really pretty drum. Got to give credit where credit's due. That is a nice one. We're gonna send him back. Show you guys my first fish. It's already in the bucket. Look at this. Look at this big old slab. Woo! Almost dropped it back in the river. Look at that. You can see it's a nice white crappie. It's kind of dark though. Looks like it's got a spawning colors. Maybe they're starting to spawn out here. The water temperature is not very cold. I would say it's probably close to 60 degrees. That's a beautiful black crop or white crappie. Gonna toss back in here and see if we can't catch another one. I'm rocking the double jig as always. I've got a crappie magnet on top, just a white and chartreuse, the chartreuse double cross jig head. And on the bottom it's got a white grub. It's hard to beat a white grub down here below these dams. This time of year everything likes a white grub, and I've got it on a pink double cross jig head. Both 16th ounce. There's some little minnows flickering right here beside me. Let's see if we can't get some more and see what all the river has in store for us today. I'm very excited. Oh gosh, he smoked it. Gosh, dang, he's going the other way. I feel like this is probably a white bass, but it might be a drum. It's a drum. Golly. He smoked it. And he ain't even that big. He just bit it and went the completely opposite direction. Tried to jack me up. Definitely not like the first drum we caught. The other one was super thick, round. This one's kind of skinny. He's not really much smaller in overall length. It's still pretty good color though. He's just a little skinny. He was hoping that was a real minnow. Toss him back, get back in there. Uh-oh, that's a big fish. Maybe not. I didn't feel him bite it, so I don't even know what this is. Oh my gosh, it's a big old giant crappie. Oh my gosh, look at that slab. Woo! That's a donkey, oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Look at how big that black crappie is. I didn't feel the bite. I just loaded up on the bottom. I thought that I had snagged like a big old rough fish or something, but no, it's a big old slab black crappie. That thing is huge. The dimensions on that thing are insane. He's probably 15 inches and just round. What a perfect fish. Oh my gosh. He smoked that grub on the bottom. Man, I wish I would have felt that bite because I bet it was awesome. Oh my gosh. I was expecting to catch some more crappie after catching that first one, but I wasn't really expecting to catch one like that. That thing is huge. What a beast. I'm gonna put him in the bucket. That gum, son. Just a basic, just pearl, little minnow grub. That's crazy. Let's catch some more. Hopefully some more will turn on once it gets a little bit darker. There's a little something, something. Is that another crappie? I think it's a white bass. There we go. There's our first white bass. Took us a little bit to get one, but we got one. We got one. Not a monster, don't tear my bait up. He's trying to tear it up. Don't do it, don't you dare. Nice little white bass, probably a little male. There's been some big females down here, so it'd be fun to catch some of those, but I'm seeing some minnows start working by the bank. That probably means they're getting chased by these guys and other fish, so we're gonna send this guy back. And we're gonna see if we can find another one. And one bigger, big mama white bass, or even a striper. There's some stripers down here too right now. It'd be fun to catch on the ACC. Big old striper. Which, by the way, I'm rocking, as always, the 6'6" one-piece medium ACC crappie sticks. This is my favorite, one of my favorite, just all-around fishing rods to come down here and fish the river. Sometimes I get a little scared. There's a bunch of big fish hanging out here. I might opt for a little bit beefier of a rod, but right now it doesn't seem like there's a ton of monsters lurking. There's more crappie and white bass, and I prefer to catch them on this setup so I can enjoy the fight a little bit. And it's just better for my overall presentation because, you know, I'm using a light braided line. I'm using a 5-pound braid. I'm using 8-pound leader, and don't want to overpower that with a stiffer rod. Sometimes we have to, but right now I think we're okay. But if we start getting broke off by some big stripers, big hybrids and stuff, I do have a bigger rod we can swap to. But if you'd like to check out the ACC crappie sticks, I got them linked down below in the video description, as well as all the lures that I'm using, including the crappie magnets, the grubs, our crappie magnet bundle. It's all down there. Go stock up on some stuff for this spring. Oh gosh, right by the bank. That's probably another drum. Oh my gosh. Maybe not, maybe so, probably so. He's acting like a drum boy. He bit the top jig too, that dirty dog. His first fish on the top jig, he gobbled it. Dadgum, son. Oh, don't break me off. There we go. So far, everything had been on that grub. We finally got one on the crappie magnet. That's just straight white and chartreuse, that pink jig head. And that drum smoked it. That's our biggest drum of the day. This one here's got brown eyes. Most of them, they got blue eyes. That's kind of cool. He's got brown eyes like me. That's weird looking. I'm not used to brown-eyed drum. I don't know if I've ever caught one. I'm sure I have. Got 2 brown eyes. All right, we're gonna send it back. There went my pole. All right, all right, all right. Got a little uptick in the action all of a sudden. That's how this place is too. It's very timing oriented. You know, the water's constantly changing, and I feel like it's removing fish from the area and also bringing in new ones. And sometimes the current can be a little too strong, and then sometimes it gets perfect, and that's when you get bit. There we go. That was crazy. That was a swap. Oh my gosh. Well, if y'all didn't see what just happened, I'll tell you about it right here. I bit my thing off. So I just made a rod and reel change. Got a nice white bass. Here's probably a big male. Might be a female. I think it's a big male. Biggest white bass of the day. And I swapped it to my 13-foot jigging rod so I could put it right, you know, right out from the edge of the bank and kind of keep it in position instead of having to bring it back to me every cast. And I put a black and chartreuse crappie magnet on there, just kind of mix things up. I've been throwing shad colors, and literally first cast, I thought I kind of maybe had the bottom, but I didn't. It was a nice white bass. I need to put some slab bites inside of that eye hole jig. I think I got some in my pocket. Yeah, I do. We're gonna do that also. But that was cool. First fish on the jigging rod. That might be a player as it gets later, because a lot of times these fish will move up really shallow when it starts getting dark. And it'd be an effective way to just reach out there and keep the bait in the strike zone for a while without really worrying about getting hung up. Because you can really feel what's going on. We're gonna pop some slab bites in there. The other poles don't have the eye hole jig heads on. Now we got some scent. I think I'm gonna leave this bait on there. It's a little broken, but I think it'll be all right. Let's see if we can do that again. Not sure if he bit it just because it's a different color, or if he bit it because it's a better presentation. Oh my gosh, oh, it's a shad. I snagged a shad. Well, that is what's down there, and that's what the fish are eating. Small little baby gizzard shad. I'm gonna wrap some of him on my jig too, get a little shad scent on there. I feel like I had a bite, and I missed and just pulled up and I hit the shad on the way up.
I basically got an interview, then you got the job that hired.
There we go, another one. That's gotta be a white. No, is that another drum? How many drums are down there? I mean, these drums know that I love them. And that's kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever caught this many drum down here without catching the same amount of white bass, but we will take it. I'll take anything right now. I would like to get a couple more crappies so I have some food to eat, but with that big slab, we pretty much have dinner secured, or lunch. But I'd like to get a couple more white bass, and I would really like to get a sauger, or like a Kentucky spotted bass or something. We'll see what happens. Kind of casting out there is kind of pointless. And you don't want to like jig it like that really. You can, but you'll probably get hung up. There we go. That's another drum. That is a, oh, what you got? What you got? You got a tank? I got a drum. Jacob's got something big. Jacob came down here to join me tonight.
It's not that big.
Jacob's got something big. What you got?
I don't think it's that big.
What you got? You got a drum boy too? I hope it's a big old white bass. I'm gonna throw my drum back. Oh, look at the tank on that drum. Golly. Probably don't boat flip that one. You need a net or a gaff? Well, Jacob lost his fish at the bank.
I touched it.
He touched it, it doesn't count. It doesn't count unless you hold them and you can see their eyeballs. Send it back. These drum are acting up this afternoon. Next one's gonna be a big old white bass. Oh yeah, that might be a drum. Dang it. I mean, yes. I mean, I'm so happy. It could be a 4 pound, could be a 4 pound crappie. Oh my gosh, look at that sucker. He ain't a sucker, he's just a drum. I think that's our biggest of the day now. He thumped it like a crappie. Oh man. He might be a she. She chomp. Spawn is on down here at the river for the drum. That's a pretty one. All these drum got brown eyes today. I feel like they normally have blue eyes. Maybe because it's warming up. The water's a little murky and they got these brown fins. I mean, dark brown eyes. I mean, they're handsome. Big old drum. That's our biggest of the day for sure. He's probably 3.5, 4-ish pounds. Really hefty. Let's give him a nice little beautiful riverside release. Ooh, I like that one. You're working it like a Ned rig. Oh gosh, there we go. Bit it on the surface. That's a white bass, isn't it? That's a white bass. Come to Papa. That's like our 4th white bass of the day, I think. I was honestly expecting to catch a bunch of these, be the primary fish species, but so far they've been outshone by the drum. We're gonna send him back. Not really looking to keep a bunch of white bass today. I'll probably keep some at some point, but saving some room in the bucket for crappie and maybe that lucky sauger or a striper or a flathead catfish. Uh-oh, Jacob's hooked up. What you got, dude? What you got? You think it's an old drum? Think it's an old drum?
It might be an old drum.
Oh, look at him.
It's an old drum.
It's an old drum. Dude, you landed that one. Oh gosh. He smoked that white grub. That's a beauty. That's a good eater. Oh.
Glad that
I don't know. I'm glad that went in the water. I think that was just pee. You scared the pee-pee out of him.
Oh, come on now.
That is the good thing about drum. Once you hook them, they're hard to unhook. You don't lose them. Bye. Bye. Heck yeah.
Everybody else ran out of money.
Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a crappie. It's a crappie. Let's go. I didn't even feel the bite again. Like, they are biting it so subtly. That's another nice crappie right there, guys. Not as big as the last one. The last one was a monster slap. That's still a keeper. Nice white crappie. That's what we're after. That's the table fare we want. If we don't have to eat the drums, we don't want to. Throw them in the bucket. We got 3 amigos in the bucket now. If we can get like 5 crappie or like 3 crappie in a sauger, I will feel like great about it. We got this like, don't quit asking her for her fish. Catch your own. Oh snap, that's big. That's big Bertha right there. Oh, there's 2. Oh baby, there's 2 on there. Dude, I got 2 fish. I don't know how long I'm gonna have 2 fish, but I got 2 fish on there right now. Oh, come on. Look at him. I gotta land these. I gotta land them. Got him. Heck yeah. And this is why I like to use the double rig, because you might catch 2 at one time. It doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, it's awesome. That really happened out of nowhere. I guess there was a school that just swam through, because it was literally at the exact same time. It felt like a double thump or a big thump. And we got 2 white bass. This one on the bottom, it's a pretty good one. The other one's a little smaller, but that is sweet. I wish they were double crappie, but I'll take it. That's cool. Toss him back. Toss this little guy back. All right. Oh, Jacob's on. That's the biggest fish you ever caught in your life, dude. What is that? Oh, he finally got you a nice one. Got you a good breeder. Look at that thing. He's a chunk. That's a chunky white bass. Oh, we bit the crappie magnet. Bit the killer clat.
Okay, come on, dude. Fish number 2, 3, or 4.
2, 3, or 4. That's a chunky white bass. Okay, so the white bass numbers are ticking up. We've kind of got an even ratio now between white bass and drum. We need to get these crappie fired up. We need to catch a sauger. We need a weird fish. We need a wild card. Oh baby, that's a crappie. That's a crappie. Big old crappie. Oh no, it's not. It's a big old white bass. I think it's our biggest white bass of the day. Oh my gosh, look at the giant sides on that thing. Oh, that's big mama. That is big mama. Come to daddy. Ate that crappie magnet. Got you. That one is a tank. It's a giant. She slurped that thing. Ugh. White chartreuse crappie magnet. It's like a 2.5 pound big female white bass. That's awesome. Come on, baby. What are you? Fighting kind of different. Fighting kind of different. Fighting like a white bass now. Oh, had to get him turned around. He was turned the wrong way for a second. That's another nice thick one. That's a good one. Actually not as big as I thought he was. Had some tenacity. Oh, she got a tummy. Look at that. That's what it was. Yeah, she a bulldog. Look at that tummy. That's a good one. Okay, we're gonna send the white bass back. Looks like some white bass water. Oh, there we go. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Jacob's trying to sabotage me. It's another white bass. We've caught nothing but white bass for a while now. Nothing but white bass. Just put me a fresh jig on. My other one was all tore up. You like that fresh jig. Can we catch something besides a white bass to finish this up? Possibly. I think it's likely. We're due for a crappie. We got 4 crappie. I feel like we're due for a 5th one. Ooh. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's a good one to end on. Good solid white bass. Get up here. I was hoping to get at least another crappie, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. So many of these little white bass, and finally got another good one. Get up here. That's a good way to wrap it up right there, guys. Solid white bass. Last one on the curly tail grub. close to 2 pounds. Put up a good fight. We caught a bunch of these. We probably caught 20, 25 of these. I caught 10 drum. Got those 4 crappie. That's a good afternoon out here on the river. Ooh, look at this plate of food. Doesn't that look good? Tonight we have crafted our own gourmet fish taco rice out of the fish that we caught yesterday afternoon. Also, some of these are from some fish that we caught later that night. You're gonna be seeing that video coming up really soon. It was epic when the lights went out, but we had an awesome afternoon catching a bunch of different fish species. And we have, like I said, got ourselves a magnificent plate of food. Now we've got some just some 90-second rice on the bottom. We've got our fish. And we've got some avocado, we got seasoned taco seasoning, we got some taco sauce all up on there. The only thing it's missing is maybe a little bit of like cilantro or something, or some lime. Like a shot of lime would be like really good, but this is what we have to work with. And we're gonna go do the official taste test. It's very hot, it might burn all my taste buds off, but I can't wait any longer. Get a little bit of everything, look at that. That rice had like some lentils or something in it. I don't honestly even know what a lentil is, but we're about to see if it's any good. It looks hot. It's freaking amazing, guys. I always say that like every time we eat fish, that whatever we're eating that time is like my favorite thing to eat. But honestly, I think this is my favorite way to cook fish and eat it on a consistent basis. It's, you know, it's not too heavy like when you fry it. It's just really, really good. But we're gonna sit back and enjoy the meal. Our kids are getting a little rowdy, so we're gonna attend to them also. But we hope that y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, do us a huge favor. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to check out the links down in the video description to the gear we were using. But yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.
That was cute for me.